Welcome to Cinematic Recaps. This movie is called The Invisible Guest. On the surface, The Invisible Guest seems like an ordinary whodunit movie. It seems simple enough, but the plot is filled with twists, turns and speed bumps galore that you won't even know what hit you by its end. The movie is about a successful young businessman who is accused of murdering his girlfriend. He hires a top-rate lawyer to defend him. She senses that he is not providing the full picture and questions him on the background to the murder. Sit back and enjoy to see what happens. Adrián Doria, a Spanish businessman, was arrested for the murder of his lover, Laura Vidal, although he was released on bail shortly after his detention. His lawyer, Felix Leiva, hires the prestigious defense attorney Virginia Goodman, who pays him a visit at his apartment to break the news that the prosecutor has found a witness who will be testifying in front of a judge soon. They have 3 hours to come up with a defense, so Virginia urges her client to tell her the whole truth. Adrián explains to Virginia how he and Laura broke off their affair several months ago, but that they received a call recently demanding that they come to a secluded hotel with 100,000 euros. At the hotel, Adrián was knocked unconscious, and upon regaining consciousness he discovered that Laura had been found dead in the restroom. The door and the windows were both secured from the inside, leading the authorities to believe that Adrián was the only person who could have committed the crime. The story continues with Adrián going further back in time to explain how he pretended to be in Paris when in reality he was in a hut with Laura. While they are driving back to Barcelona, Adrián swerves to avoid hitting a deer and accidentally collides with another vehicle, which then crashes into a tree. However, the driver of the other vehicle, a bank employee called Daniel Garrido who was 23 years old, was fatally injured in the collision. Because Daniel was texting and driving without wearing his seatbelt, Laura reasons that they do not bear sole responsibility for the accident. When she sees another vehicle approaching, Laura shoves Daniel's corpse across the passenger seat and pretends to trade insurance information with Adrián. She continues the hoax by picking up Daniel's phone when it rings so that he may drive away, but the other driver is not fooled. While Laura waits for a tow truck in Adrián's car, which would not start, Adrián drives Daniel's car into a lake with his body still in the trunk of the car. After some time has passed, Laura, feeling unhappy, goes to pick up Adrián by the lake and explains to him how the damage to his was fixed. Tomás, a car engineer, was passing by when he heard Laura say that she had hit a deer and immediately offered to assist her. He brought Adrián's vehicle to his place so that he could fix it there. Laura became aware that Daniel Garrido was their son after looking at some family photographs with Tomás's wife, Elvira, who she was conversing with at the time. Tomás became suspicious of the identity of the car driver when he saw Laura adjust the driver's seat before she left in Adrián's car. Laura was just about to leave, and her action aroused Tomás's suspicion. When Adrián sells his car and reports it stolen, he finally breaks up with Laura for good. After a few days have passed, Adrián receives a request to attend to the police station because Tomás has given his license plate number to the authorities. Felix fabricates an alibi for Adrián in Paris and bribes the authorities to remove Adrián's name from the Garrido case file in order to protect his own interests. Adrián confronts Laura after reading in the news that Daniel is on the run after stealing money from the bank. Laura says that she grabbed Daniel's wallet when they dumped his body in the trunk of the car, and that she later hacked into Daniel's account and stole the money. Despite Adrián's warnings that what she did was wrong, Laura continues to threaten to frame him as well. Tomás disguises himself as a reporter so that he can confront Adrián during the ceremony when he is being honored as European Businessman of the Year. Tomás noticed that Adrián pulls out an identical cigarette lighter that he observed when he was working on the car. As the security personnel take Tomás away, he begs Adrián to tell him the location of his son's body so that he can bury him. After some time has passed, Adrián gets a picture of a lake along with instructions to transport Laura to the secluded hotel with 100,000 euros. Adrián believes that the driver they observed driving by immediately after the accident is the blackmailer. Adrián believes the driver followed him as he dropped the car into the lake after the accident. Back in the present, Virginia makes the suggestion that, in order for Adrián to rescue himself, he may claim that he saw the face of the man who hit him in the secluded hotel room and that the assailant was Tomás. Then, Adrián admits that he has always known it was Tomás because he did see his face. However, he did not say anything because he was testing Virginia's loyalty to him. Virginia advises that a piece of property belonging to Laura be hidden with Daniel's body in the trunk of Daniel's car, and that Laura then make the claim that she acted alone. Then, Adrian admits that when he was driving the vehicle into the lake, Daniel woke up, as he had been only unconscious. An autopsy would establish that he had died of drowning. Although Virginia is obviously taken aback, she insists that she will not discuss this matter with the judge. According to Virginia, the medical records of Laura show that she suffered from anxiety, most likely as a result of a guilty conscience. Virginia further suggests that Adrian is lying to make it appear as though Laura was the brains behind their dishonesty. On the other hand, Virginia claims that she believes Tomas framed him for the murder of Laura Garrido since Elvira, Tomas's wife, is employed at the hotel where Laura's body was discovered, and the Garrido family chose that location for their meeting because of this. After killing Laura, Elvira could have quickly and simply unlocked the window, allowed her husband to flee, and then shut the window again to give the impression that no one else had entered the room. Virginia claims that Tomas has been following him, Felix, and even herself, and she points to an apartment across the street where Tomas is hiding out. Adrian, under her continued pressure, eventually comes clean and says that he was the one who killed Laura and set up the crime scene. Because Felix was unable to get a hold of Adrian via his mobile phone, he calls his house and leaves a message on his voicemail, requesting that Adrian give him a call back. During the short 10-minute break that they are taking, Virginia advises that he give Felix a call back. She dashes out of the apartment as quickly as she can. In the meantime, Adrian pulls out his mobile phone and dials Felix's number. Felix repeats to Adrian that he was unable to reach him and tells him that the witness for the prosecution is, in fact, the other driver, but that he was able to buy his silence. Adrian learns this information from Felix. During the course of Adrian's explanation of how the meeting with Virginia is going, Felix asks how things are going, and the call is suddenly disrupted by high-pitched tones. Adrian then discovers that their entire discussion is being recorded. He seems to recall that Virginia had turned off his phone in the past, most likely so that the signal from his mobile would not interfere with the recording. When he glances into the apartment on the other side of the street, he sees Tomas standing next to Virginia, who turns out to be Elvira Garrido posing as Virginia. Tomas makes a phone call to the authorities using the confession that Elvira extracted from Adrian under duress. At the same time, the actual Virginia Goodman arrives at Adrian's apartment. And that is the end of this movie. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for daily updates of movie recaps like this. Comment what movie you want next. Thanks for watching.